Hey sweet soul, welcome back to Conscious Lifestyle Coaching. My name is Raileigh. I'm an author, poet, speaker, and healer. Today's message is how to spot the enemy in your camp. When I say enemy, I mean the real enemy. When there's an enemy in our camp, the first instigation is a sense of confusion. Now, if you're the one responsible for this camp, you're going to have many people who want to be by your side. Oftentimes, it is the very people who are nearest to you that end up betraying you. Now, everyone comes in initially with good intentions. Everyone wants to just create a good life for themselves. They want to take care of their families. But what happens when there's an organization or a business or a community involved, and there's money involved, and therefore there's a manipulation in a fight for power and for authority that inevitably happens when success is happening. When there is a rapid growth, there's often a competition that will ensue to keep up. The reason why that competition ensues is because the people who are trying to keep up are lying to themselves about really wanting to be there. Just because the intention is to do good things and to take care of a family, it doesn't mean that's where you're supposed to be. Oftentimes we sell an idea to ourselves first because it is most comfortable. It is a game we know how to play. We know how to take advantage of the situation, which isn't always a bad thing. Until the time comes when the growth of the entire community, business, or organization needs to keep going forward, but the people who have come along for the journey, who have been building that journey, don't want to continue at that speed, at that rate. Perhaps they're trying to, they would like to, but ultimately their soul doesn't want to be there. And it takes a long time for each and every one of us on this spiritual journey to understand when our soul doesn't want to be somewhere. There's a very specific and focused path that each and every one of us human beings on this earth must be walking. And so there are many similar paths when we walk a path that is almost what God wants us to do. Eventually, chaos will ensue because the soul grows weary, the soul grows tired, and that is what affects the human. When a human is tired, the human tries to overcompensate for things that it doesn't truly find joy in. And that's when you see people start drinking more. They start distracting themselves more from the truth of their own unhappiness. And it's not that they're not intelligent enough, that they're not skilled enough. It's quite simply they're not happy with where they are. They have great skills that could be more useful elsewhere. Or perhaps they don't know what that is yet, and that also causes a disruption within one's soul. So how do you spot the enemy in the camp? Someone who is not happy. They often are on drugs or they're drinking. And your choice in this circumstance, in order to protect yourself and the vision you have created in your business, organization, community, in order to protect, you can take care of the people who have been building with you. So this is the first option you have. If you start recognizing the signs now, so you can offer people help and resources, abundant resources, to take care of themselves. And this is why mindfulness culture is very important for all companies, especially corporations, people who are operating with the big bucks or helping a lot of people, making sure that you have enough mindfulness resources for the people who are serving you in your vision. Secondly, let's say this unhappy person doesn't want to change, right? They won't accept opportunities to heal or self-develop or to grow or change. They're going to stay right where they are and self-destruct. Now you can let them self-destruct, but it will affect everyone else, and especially you. And that's why you're watching this video, because you're probably feeling that sense of attack in your life. And that's how you know there's an enemy near you and you don't know who it is or what to do with that person. And I wanted to remind you that we're not battling again with human beings, we're battling with the spirits that people are navigating within themselves, that we are not responsible for their past traumas. But again, you are on a specific spiritual mission, a soul mission, and you must continue to walk this path. And therefore, the people around you must be on your team and they must be able to keep up. So when that unhappy person cannot keep up and they refuse to change, the next sign that there's an enemy in your camp is that they will have other people turn on you, or they will attack other people on the team, in the environment, in the space, in order for them to rise up. So that's someone who is a bully. That's someone who will do anything to step on other people so that they rise. Sometimes that is a conscious choice and decision and action, and sometimes it is not. When we are responsible for allowing families to survive, right? Many of us are parents who are watching and being on this journey, and if you were in that situation when you had to do anything to make sure your children eat, you might fight your teammates for their position to make sure that you get enough. So you start hoarding, you start competing, and you start sabotaging the people around you, consciously or unconsciously, so that you can regain power. So the person who is leading the vision here, you will start to witness that there is a lack of harmony, there's a lack of peace in the people who are working with you. And again, perhaps these people do not want to accept the ability to change or to heal. You've given them space to take breaks, to go on vacation, you offer paid vacations, and still they come back to work. In the company, the organization, the unit, the team as a whole is not growing at the rate that you would like it to go. There is a pull, there's a block, there is a stagnancy that keeps happening. Situations keep occurring over and over again, mistakes that can be easily preventable. But it's not happening. But what has happened up until this point is a sense of loyalty to the people that you work with. You don't want to disappoint them. You've gotten to know their families. You want to see their families thrive. And so the hard part for someone who's in this leadership position is to make the choice that it might not be for the best fit of all. That this person, whether they have a family or they are in a desperate place or not, whether they can continue to rise with your vision. So what happens when you ignore that sign? Well, the sabotages that are tiny, just tiny ripples and cracks, will eventually all avalanche into a big failure, a massive failure. It will ultimately sabotage you. So your choice not to create a boundary for yourself, a self-protection for the vision God has called you to do, to use your gifts for, and you deny the ways other people are sabotaging you, you sabotage yourself. And therefore, there is no enemy to blame except ourselves, yourself. Let's say we keep going. Let's say you forgive the big mistake, and somehow you're still surviving. The vision is still intact. Let's say you keep going with this enemy in your camp. Now this enemy has your loyalty, so it is continuing to steal time. And I say it because it is a spirit, it is not a person. Continuing to steal your time and your energy. You are getting drained. You cannot sleep at night because you are so worried about things not operating the way it should be. Now you're starting to distrust. Now the enemy will use that distrust so that you fall in even further deception and illusion. That enemy in your camp will hide in the distrust so that you don't know which person is the enemy. And so that enemy now, if it senses you know something is wrong, you're not fully aware of what it is yet, but you're on edge, you're worried, and you should be, that enemy will start to frame somebody else. Will paint and sow and seed more doubt, more worry in your brain about someone else. And about how the whole organization, the whole company can heal and grow. This enemy is not providing sustainable solutions. And so you start distrusting everybody. And that energy goes to the wrong person, or everyone feels it. So now it is not just one person that started with an unhappiness that is leading to betrayals and sabotages in your company, in your organization, in your community. Now everyone is feeling that. Now you have a bigger problem. Now you're about to sacrifice everyone, all of it, because you're afraid to take accountability or confront who the enemy is. And at this point, if you're still watching and you're still resonating, you know who it is. That is becoming very clear in this moment, or hopefully it already has. And that leads us to the next step. Before you lose the team members that really do enjoy working with you, are on your team, they're supposed to be there. Before you lose them, or before you put them in harm's way, you're going to have another choice to make, to confront. Here's why you need to confront. When you allow an enemy, a dark energy, a force to fester, it creates poison. When that poison is left to do whatever it wants, then it becomes a sense of warfare. That's when it becomes extremely dangerous. Because it has not been checked. That ego has not been checked. It thinks it's safe to continue to lie, to manipulate, to cheat, to steal. And what happens after that? Murder. Yes, actual murder. When you reach a point of success, when there is so much on the line, your legacy, so much money, all your important relationships, your relationship with God, most importantly above all of it, when that is in danger, and when that's on the line, and you have allowed competition to fester, that is when you see murder. That is when you see other people truly harm other people. Now that's a very exaggerated scenario, but we see it. It happens all the time. It happens every day. Gun violence is a thing. Mental illness is a thing. Started with one person choosing to be unhappy, being allowed to run rampant, causing other people to be unhappy, who become a victim to the choice of other people, and that victim is left with a choice. But when it comes to careers, when it comes to money, when it comes to providing for oneself and their families, in order to escape the imprisonment of what it feels to not know what is outside of what is currently happening, the work that is being done. If there's no other light outside of it, there is no hope. When someone doesn't have hope, they're left with desperate choices. When they feel that they don't have another choice, there's no other life for them. And that's why we see the rise of suicide and mental illnesses, especially in fast-paced corporate cultures. So if you're the leader and you're, again, recognizing the enemy in your camp, you have a responsibility to confront this energy, this spirit of narcissism, to protect the people who just want to help you. They're supposed to be the ones helping you. When God sends you servants, when God sends you a team, it is your responsibility to protect them from predators. So I hope this gives you courage and a sense of urgency, if this is you, to make a choice today to give the enemies, where it started with a simple unhappiness with oneself, that person is not so aligned with where they should be or what they should be doing, they don't know who they are, give them time to do it. And again, if you've already gifted time and space to do it, then they have a choice to walk away. You did not have a choice to walk away from the vision God has given you. But the people who have been called to you, they do. So always make sure they have that choice to walk away. And sometimes you have to give that choice. It is an empowered choice to give someone to walk away, not to punish them. Make sure they leave empowered. Make sure they leave without allowing you or causing you to become like that spirit. Again, we're not attacking people here. We're talking about the spirits people carry. But sometimes people can't release those spirits, the demons that haunt them, until they go off. They experience a new life, new choices, build things for themselves. So yes, I am talking about not firing someone, but making it clear that it's time to free that soul, to go be happy, to enjoy their life, to use the skills God has given them. So I hope this helps. I spoke about very dark things in a very kind and gentle and compassionate way. And this is how you should be delivering these messages as well. And I thank you to whoever is watching this, who's a part of this channel, Conscious Lifestyle Coaching, because you're on the journey of self-development, healing, and spirituality. You are always open, always ready, always studying how to take accountability, how to be a better leader, how to create a better business, a more sustainable one, a more peaceful one, a more loving space for everybody. So I thank you again for being on this journey. If I could be of support to you, please let me know. Life Purpose Actualization is my 3-month coaching program. I have a few spots open. I'm taking free 45-minute calls with people who might be interested. So it is your opportunity to get to know me, to build trust with me, to confirm in both of our spirits that God is asking us to work together in this time, and for me to support you as a guide, as a coach. You can learn more about me and my story in my website, consciouslifestylecoaching.com, and also my book, Phoenix Medicines, published by Otter Pine. Phoenix Medicines, A Transformative Journey Through Consciousness, is available through the Otter Pine website or online retailers such as Amazon. So give that book a read. It would be a great gift to people that you love who might need a motivational and loving and kind word. It is a prophetic oracle style book. So if that interests you, please let me know and leave us a review on Amazon. My next Sacred Reminders Ascension Seminar is December 15th from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. So if that calls to you, if you're looking for ways to find more joy and more fulfillment, even while you're in a very devoted, very committed path to your soul and to what God's asking you to do, which is not always an easy path, you can still have fun. You should always be having a smile on your face still. And if you just need that reminder, then come join us. It is totally free at this time. And you can email me at Raileigh@consciouslifestylecoaching.com to RSVP for free. And of course, I always welcome you all to the Medicine Garden on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Come meet other people who are on this journey with you. They're professionals, they're spiritual people, they're conscious people from all around the world. So that's an opportunity for me to learn from you. Again, I thank you for listening. I will speak to you again soon. Peace and love.